Welcome, everybody, to Fighting for Better Health. This is Tracy Dewar, and I am not only a Wallach warrior, a certified holistic health coach, I am also head of sales of Youngevity Down Under. I'm an author of The Unwrapped Leader and have my own podcast as well, The Unwrapped Leader. I'm delighted here today to be talking on our fourth episode on low-tox living. And I have to say, what makes this series so exciting is that we've come together a few months ago, leading by example, going to all the different cities in New Zealand and Australia and being able to share on different tips and training and testimonies and tools on how we can fight for better health. And we have been able to invite these fantastic guest speakers from all the different locations to come and show up every Tuesday night. And I have to say, one of the topics that I absolutely loved was in the Gold Coast when Heather shared with us her views on low tox living, and it was so good. I got so many tips. I've even changed the way I do things. So I asked her to be our special guest here tonight. But before we get started, I just really want to say why this is so important for all of us coming together. And number one is we are on a mission to be giving people the tools on how to heal thyself. In other words, how to be a healthy self. And so we have taken those four letters in that word healthy self to be heal. And we want to give you the tools on how you can heal thyself by helping one another, by educating, as well as finding accountability with people and finding the love within yourself to take the action it takes to be able to heal thyself. We aren't just about human beings. We want to be well beings. And so hence coming here today, we are being bombarded more than ever before. We are under attack. We are under attack by our hair care, our skin care, our fragrance industry, our cleaning industry, our food industry, and so much more. More and more today, we got to find ways to be able to live more low-tox living. We got to find ways to protect ourselves. We got to eat more foods that have antioxidants on it. We need to fight those free radical damages that are trying to attack us. And so better ways we can do that is by taking some simple steps towards being able to do that. I watched this amazing series, and I believe it's on Binge, and Binge is down under. And it's called Not So Pretty. Actually, I believe it's in Australia. And it's called Not So Pretty. And it's a 4-episode series on how it actually uncovers the hair care, the skin care, the fragrance, and the cleaning industry on how many chemicals we are being under attack on a daily basis. And for those of you that are a huge fan of Ben Fuchs, he will talk about why people are getting sick more than ever before. Starvation, suffocation, and toxification. So we already know by Dr. Wallach we're not getting the nutrients in our soils, in our foods, and so our bodies are starving for nutrition. We are being bombarded with the toxic airs, with oxygen, being able to have that fresh air, being able to get the oxygen in our body, so we are suffocating. And then number 3 is toxification, the amount of toxics our bodies are being overloaded. And so today we're going to talk a little bit more about what we can do. And before I get started, I just really want to highlight Dr. Wallach, who he is, what makes him so special, what is our absolute ammunition that we have, and the promise that we have for you today. So I'm just going to quickly share my screen for everybody. I'm going to take the 5 minutes, especially for the newbies that are actually watching this, and most importantly, for the people, not that one, sorry, and for the people that are coming on here for the very first time. If somebody has actually introduced you to Youngevity for the first time, we want to share with you why we are so incredibly passionate and so driven to sharing why it is so important to be healthy, and it starts right here. So number 1 is our foundation is for optimal health. And Youngevity's founder, Dr. Joel Wallach, as you can see here, he has spent decades researching nutritional deficiencies in animals and humans. He has found that not only good health is found through nutritional supplements, but using a blend of not only just vitamins, but also minerals, amino acids, and essential fatty acids. And that's why we talk about the 90 essential nutrients for life. And so who is Dr. Wallach? Well, first of all, he is an internationally recognized naturopath and veterinarian. He's also a pathologist, and he every year gives over 300 lectures. Still to this day, you can find him sharing somewhere around the world about his mission and the message that he has. He's an author to 18 books, and he's done over 75 scientific articles. But what he's most famous for is Dead Doctors Don't Lie. And before we've been able to share it free through internet, he has sold more cassette tapes and more CDs than Michael Jackson alone and all his record sales. So he is absolutely famous for this lecture. So if you're listening in for the first time, I highly recommend get your opportunity to the distributor that put you onto this video to listen to Dead Doctors Don't Lie. And then also featured in a documentary called The Audacity of Health. It is life-changing. I remember the goosebumps I had and the tears I had by watching that documentary, and how it's not only changed my life, but changed the lives around me. Just remember, every one of you get to be a part of this journey and being able to share Dr. Wallach's message and mission. What's amazing is he's connected over 900 different health problems that are directly related to the deficiencies of these 90 essential nutrients. And if you give our bodies the nutrients, it'll do amazing things because it is desperate for these nutrients. So what is the solution? Is our 90 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and a very powerful blend of the essential fatty acids. And so we have carefully selected these nutrients for your body to thrive and absolutely feel its best. And that's why Youngevity's 90 for Life system was created for you. It's the solid foundation of nutrition. And so our tangy tangerine alone, this one product, has over 85 of these minerals and nutrients. This is our multivitamin, and it's more than a multivitamin because it's also a mineral supplement, and it contains actual energy boosting nutrients. It's a probiotic, a prebiotic for digestion, and it also helps support a healthy immune system. But most importantly is that it is made from organic plant-derived whole foods. There's so much whole foods in that body, or in that bottle, that your body is totally lit up like a Christmas tree. And so it comes in two forms. It comes in a powder form, and it also comes in a tablet based on the delivery that you is most suitable for. But moving on to our essential fatty acids. This one has the omega-6 and the omega-3 in it. It is certified IFOS, which happens to be a very high certification that puts us in the elite of fish fatty acid tablets. And so this supports your healthy heart, your cognitive health, as well as your skin health. And I can tell you, those of you that get onto the 90 for Life, the first thing people will notice, and the first thing you'll notice, is how beautiful your skin looks and how much it starts making you look younger, longer. And then, not to forget this most important product, 85% of our body is relying on calcium, and magnesium. And so this happens to be the piece de resistance. It is the cherry on top. You cannot live without. It is our osteo to support you for your optimal bone and joint health. And so this together is what started Youngevity in the beginning. And so who is Youngevity? We are founded by not only Dr. Wallach, but his son and his daughter-in-law, Steve and Michelle, who have been around for over 25 years. This is a solid company. We are global, and we focus on living younger, longer. We are purpose-driven, and we provide most premium products that actually get results, because what we are promising you is how important our products are as being absorbable. Because if your body can't absorb the nutrients, it can't benefit from them. So we use exclusive plant-based mineral complex to help you absorb these nutrients. And we promise you the potency, that we blend optimal products to help you in these amounts that are perfect for your body. So not only can you feel great, but you also start getting the results. And the purity that each one of these ingredients is tested to adhere to our high standards, that for this purity, that before it even goes to it goes through the manufacturers, through all the different channels, to make sure it delivers to you that it's absolute purity. And then, of course, the science that backs it, the science that's behind it, that is proven to give us what our body needs. And so for all of this, and most importantly, it is designed for you. And so what we're here to share with you guys is that it not only just starts from giving your body the nutrition, but it starts on what you need to do to take action. And so tonight we're talking about our low tox living. And so here to share with us is Heather. She brings a wealth of experience in her only 5 years with being with Youngevity, but she has a background of being a medical receptionist for over 3 decades, and she now serves as a practice manager. So this woman, she has assisted and welcomed many people into her world and has seen many sickness. And so she has a genuine passion for helping people and creating a connection between better health and making them feel brighter every day. And so with that, she's here today to share her excitement on this topic because she has witnessed positive transformation that can not only for your lives, but your children's lives and nutrition by improving the toxins in their environment and reducing them. So by making small changes, she's recognized that she's observed remarkable improvements in the behavior of her overall health and the people around her. So without further ado, let's bring on the gorgeous Heather. Let's say welcome, everybody. Hi, Heather. How are you?
Hi, good, thank you. And thanks again for asking me to do this speech again. I was blown away with the response at the Queensland event and really touched actually. So yeah, thank you.
Well, you did an amazing job and you did some research. We gave you the notes, and I know you came in on with Nature Direct at the very beginning, and then you've fallen in love with being a Wallach warrior yourself personally. So give our audience a little bit about background, a little bit about yourself and what brings you to this topic.
Sure. Well, so I've been, as Tracy said, in Youngevity for the last 5 years. I am a mother of 2 adult boys now, 31 and 33. And I'm now a grandmother to a almost 4-month-old little boy. I moved from Melbourne to the Sunshine Coast 6 years ago, and I was also a foster parent for 10 years. So in that 10 years, I looked after, with my husband, about 40 children. Now, I've been, as Tracy said, in the medical industry for over 30 years. So 30 years as a receptionist. And I've been a practice manager for the last 18 months. And so there are, oh my goodness, hundreds and thousands of children, and it has blown my way. And this is actually a big reason for this subject. And it's what helped me go down this garden path of low tox living, because there are so many children with health issues and behavioral issues. And we recently had a pediatrician start at work this year, and oh my goodness, she was booked out for 12 months. And these kids, it's insane. That's all I can say. When I had my children 30 years ago, even 20 years ago, there wasn't the issues with kids as there is today. And seeing these children come into the practice, it not only affected myself, but it affected the other staff around in the surgery. And so it got us to ask the question, why? Why does one family have 4 children with behavioral issues and health issues? Where was this ADHD and where was this, and I'm not saying it's not a real thing, it is, but why are so many children having these issues now than what they did many, many years ago? And the pediatrician herself said, she said, well, firstly, you've got all the electronic handheld devices, which the kids play on. They're on them for long hours. How many times have you been out to dinner and seen a child having dinner with their family on the iPads, just so mum and dad can have some quiet time? And the kids are well behaved. They need those to, keep themselves occupied. Kids don't know how to play anymore. Also, it's the environment that they live in. The parents are stressed. Unfortunately, a lot of them have to work to, keep a roof over their heads and to keep food on the table. It's also the toxic chemicals that are in their homes. I mean, as Tracy said before, so many toxins are hidden in our foods, hair care, skin care, cleaning chemicals, everything. And I'll get into that more on the speech. But we really need to get this message out there. And it's actually so important because it is getting worse and it has become a passion of mine. So I'm here today to teach you or help give you some advice on how to reduce exposure to harmful chemicals and create a healthier living environment in your home and in your life. So we've got the 10 tips to low tox living, which is, you got the slides, Tracy, or I've lost you. I can't hear you.
Yes, I'm here.
Good. We don't. I can do it without the slides, but.
Are you ready for the slides?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, let me just see where they are. My screen just disappeared on me.
Oh, no, sorry. I forgot to do something because it was out.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
Yeah. So we'll leave that there. So because my sheet was upside down.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you all through a little exercise before we actually get started. Now, we're going to do a bit of a breathing exercise. So what I want you all to do is to put both hands on your belly, and I want you to breathe in for the count of 4 and breathe out for the count of 4 on my count. So I'm just going to put some music on my phone and we'll start this. So can you all hear that music?
No.
Oh, you can't hear it. All right, we'll have to do it without music. Okay, that's not going to work. So everyone, place their hands on your belly, and I want you to lean back in your chair and close your eyes. Now, I want you to just go to a nice place that you remember, and I want you just to take a deep breath out. And now I want you to breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, and out 2, 3, 4. Breathe in 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4. And in 2, 3, 4, and out 2. Right. Now everyone open their eyes. Now, what you've just done is reduce the toxins in your body by activating the parasympathetic nervous system. Now, this restores the body to a state of calm. So this has now reduced the sympathetic nervous system, which activates the fight or flight response, which is the stress hormone cortisol, which is the response during a threat or perceived danger, which is something that we live in a lot more these days because of the daily stresses, finance, work, and we're also busy being busy. So it's really important, like even minimum 3 days a week, or even just in the morning, it doesn't take long just to do a quick breathing, go into yourself and just wind yourself down and engage, get going that parasympathetic nervous system, because it's so important because we know what stress does to our body. So now I'll talk to you about the 10 tips of low tox living. There is number 1 is education and awareness. There is so much information out there online. For example, there are Facebook pages that educate you about black mold. Now, if you know the Bible, or else you even just Google this, it's called Leviticus chapter 13 to 14, which is in the Bible. So 2,000 years ago, the ancient Romans had regulations about defiling molds. So what they did was, if there was any cloth in the town that had mold on it, they would burn it. If there was rocks with mold on it in the town, they would remove those rocks as far away as they could from the town to stop people from getting hurt by this. So 2,000 years ago, they were aware of this. Now, these days, we actually have people living in houses full of black mold. We've got people selling houses that are just painting over the black mold. That does not get rid of it. And there are so many health issues regarding black mold. Like, I recently joined a Facebook group, and I was actually blown away. I always knew this was bad, but blown away with the issues, the health issues of people because of the mold in their homes. And some of them don't have a choice but to live there. It's like there was skin issues, mental health issues, breathing issues, just ordinary tiredness, just feeling so unwell. And when they got rid of the mold, they actually felt better almost instantaneously. And look, we have our very own Jeanette Anderson, who has been an expert on this topic for many years. And she's the lovely friend of mine who I've known for about 30 years now, who started Nature Direct. Look, low-tox living offers a multitude of benefits for your health, the environment, and overall quality of life. You can start by just eliminating all processed foods and do the good food, bad food list of Dr. Joel Wallach's. And one of the things to get rid of is gluten, and that's found in wheat, barley, rye, and oats. And by doing this, you'll notice a difference very, very fast. We had a friend stay with us for about a week. He had some pretty serious health issues. And when people come and stay with us at our house, they eat what we eat. They pretty much live the lifestyle that we live. Now, I'm not saying we're perfect. We're far from it. And we've still got a lot to learn ourselves. But within days, his health changed. And he didn't know how to react with the medication to these changes. His blood sugars changed. He wasn't having some other medical issues that he was having. And he was just blown away by this. And we gave him Doc Wallach's book to read. And he just got angry and angrier at the medical profession and what they didn't tell him years ago when he's been suffering for so long. You can start by limiting, I've done that one. So make conscious, informed decisions about the food you eat, what you're putting in and on your body, and also what you're surrounding yourself with. I mean, read the labels and understand what is on those labels. Number 2, evaluate and minimize the chemical exposure. So look at what you're using in your home and on your body. Our homes are 5 times more toxic than the outside. And this is because of carpets, furnitures, cleaning products, deodorizers, detergents, air fresheners, and some of the things you wouldn't even consider. Some chemicals are known as hormone disruptors. They can mimic or interfere with the body's hormones, known as the endocrine system. And they include industrial solvents, lubricants, plastics, and pesticides. There's one thing that you may not think about, and that's dental floss. The thing that, dentists have been harping on for years. Now, I'm not telling you not to floss your teeth, but just to make you aware that one of the ingredients used to make waxed dental floss is Teflon. Now, I had no idea that Teflon was in dental floss until I went down this rabbit hole of reducing toxins in your home. So I know you're not ingesting dental floss, but, sometimes our gums do bleed. And when there's an open wound, things can get in. Another one is toothpaste. Now, we get used to that freshness and explosion in our mouth, but what does it contain? It's toxic chemicals. And they tell us to brush our teeth for 2 minutes. Now, it only takes 26 seconds for toxins to absorb into our skin and into our bloodstream. So we've got toothpaste in our mouth for 2 minutes. That's just crazy. I personally, I recently ran out of the Youngevity toothpaste. We both thought there was an extra one in the cupboard. I ended up going to this health shop and finding some, but I can't use normal toothpaste off the shelf anymore. does something to my mouth, and I don't know what they've put in it, but it's not good. The word fragrance, be aware of that word. It's an umbrella term that could represent 100 different substances. Look, we can't eliminate everything. It's impossible. However, we can make better choices and take control of what we do have on our bodies and in our homes, and know and understand the ingredients. Because if you don't know what something means, look it up. And those numbers on the back of food products are not always a good thing. And some of those numbers are gluten, that they don't have to disclose it. Number 3, choose natural and non-toxic products. And look, we are in the best place. Look, Youngevity is the best place to start. I don't know what I would do without Youngevity's products. And I don't even know where I'd be today before I started it. Look, we've got personal care products, mineral makeup, cleaning products, which is, the Nature Direct products, organic and clean nutrition. We've got herbs and spices. With Youngevity, we know and understand how it's made. We know where the ingredients come from, and we know exactly what ingredients are in them, because Youngevity does disclose all the ingredients that are in our products, including, including the nutrition. So Youngevity is the first place that Colin and I will look for anything when we're trying to reduce toxins in our home, or even just looking for different nutrients. And if we can't find it, which is very rare, we'll look somewhere else. Number 4 is prioritize organic and whole foods. Look, my belief was that eating organic and healthy was expensive, but it may cost a bit more in price. However, when you're eating cleaner combined with the right nutritional supplements like minerals, you won't have those cravings, nor will you eat as much, because you won't be buying all that processed foods anymore. And look, I'm evidence of that. When I first started the products, Colin would just watch me. He was a bit of a skeptic, and he just watched me. And what he noticed was I wasn't wanting dessert anymore. I wasn't picking. I wasn't going to the fridge looking, or the cupboard looking for something that I knew wasn't there, but I would open the door anyway, just to see if little pixies had put it in there. And that's what happened. So you actually stop going for that in-between food. We're so lucky to have markets with fresh, in-season, organic whole foods. I used to find markets boring, and and that's a crazy lady back then. But now I love them, and I love walking around trying new types of food. I used to think that they're expensive. Everyone even wanted cash. I never carried cash. But, markets these days have got FPOS machines if you need some money. Most of them have got those squares which you can tap your card on. And there is a side effect of doing this. You will actually save money because your fruit and vegetables will last longer, and they are fresher, and you'll find that they're juicier as well. Number 5, this was a big one for me. Reduce plastic use. Look, my dear friend Jeanette Anderson, I could still hear her voice in my ear. She would go on about plastic to me. This is even a few years back. And, someone can talk to you until your ears bleed, but you don't always take any notice. But this research has actually really sent me down the rabbit hole of plastic. The use of plastic not only harms the environment and kills ocean life, it is made to last for centuries. It breaks up into smaller and smaller pieces so we can eat, drink, and breathe those microplastics in. And hear that again, plastic is made to last for centuries. I mean, look at your Tupperware. I was a Tupperware queen since I was about the age of 18. Back then, I'm 56 now. When I was 18, there was such thing as the glory box, which was, always kept in your bedroom. And people would buy you like tea towels, and you'd collect things for when you got married and had kids and moved into a place of your own. So I've been collecting Tupperware since 18. And my pantry, until recently, was immaculate. The lids matched, all the Tupperware containers were all lined up, labelled with my Dymo label and everything. That's one thing I was really anal about. But since going down this rabbit hole of plastics, I'm in the process of changing over to glass. So I have, my pantry looks a little bit disarray at the moment. It's a combination of Tupperware and these new beautiful glass canisters with bamboo lids I got. Kitchen Warehouse was actually a really good place to go for glass canisters, and they're not expensive. And you just gradually increase on them. And they've got the square bamboo lids that you can actually stack glass containers on top of them, so they won't just slide off. Studies have found that, certain chemicals in plastics can leach out of the plastic and into the food and beverages that we eat. Some of these chemicals have been linked to health problems such as metabolic disorders, including obesity, as it holds onto the fat and affects how you burn fat. And it can affect hormones and reduce fertility. Let's look at your takeaway coffee. The plastic lids are so bad. Think about it for a second. They put the plastic lid onto the cup, which contains a hot liquid. And then what happens? We drink that hot liquid through the plastic, and then we consume those chemicals, which has been linked to a host of health problems, including cancer, infertility, and birth defects again. Also, go out and buy a reusable water bottle. Did you know this blew my mind? This is from the I think it's the statistics, the Bureau of Statistics, and I got it recently from the internet, from a reputable site, from a government website. Did you know that according to the latest annual figures in November 2022, Australia only recycled 18% of plastic packaging? Now, you tell me what happened to the rest. It probably just went into landfill. Number 6, improve indoor air quality. Now, this one, it was a big one for me. Years ago, I realised about your air quality in your home. Look, throw out those chemical cleaning products. I used to believe that if my house didn't smell like Pina Clean, it wasn't clean. I mean, that's a pretty good name for an ad, isn't it? Now I cannot stand the smell. So start using the Nature Direct cleaning products. Use the Pure Air Revitalizer from Youngevity Nature Direct with Enviromist, which is a natural sanitizer and disinfectant. The first time I used the Pure Air Revitalizer was back in Melbourne, and I left it in the bedroom, doors, windows shut, for 3 hours before I went to bed. And honestly, when I opened that door, it was like fresh, crisp mountain air. Now, when I used it up here, I decided to put it in the bedroom. We've got quite a big bedroom, so I put 2 in there. And it was hot and humid. It was the middle of summer, and I just thought, oh my goodness, it's going to be so hot in there because the door was shut. I don't think we had the air conditioning on. But to my surprise, when I walked in that bedroom, it was not humid at all. It had taken all the moisture out of the air. So it was a drier air and much nicer to be in. So use them when it's hot and humid as well, and they will make a difference to the air. Very important, how many people get your air conditioning and heating units cleaned every 6 to 12 months? And this is very important because, especially in Queensland, it's to stop the mold from growing in there. Now, reduce dampness in your bathrooms. I mean, after you had a shower, put the revitalizer on in the bathroom to, to pull out that moisture in the air. And it's something that's very simple and only takes about 2 minutes max. Dry your shower and basins after each use. It not only, one, keeps them clean, but mold doesn't grow in a dry area. It grows in a moist area. So if you continually just have a shower, don't wipe it down, that's a moist area, and mold will definitely grow. And indoor plants. Now, indoor plants are beautiful. What they do, they are our friends. They increase oxygen levels through the process of photosynthesis. They then absorb carbon dioxide from the air and light energy from their surroundings. They convert these into glucose and oxygen, which is then released back into the air, which release more oxygen for us to breathe. So a side effect of this is you won't feel as tired and dull. 2 of the best plants for this is a simple peace lily and weeping fig. Now, there's actually 10 of them. If you would like, after the presentation, I can either copy them into the chat, or I just message me and I will just send them to you. Or you can even Google them. Number 7, support sustainable practices. Look, start walking, riding your bike, carpooling instead of getting in the car, getting in and out the car all the time without thinking about it. Next time you need to go and post a letter, look, think about, can you walk or will you get in the car? So I was always one to just jump in the car because my mind's busy being busy, jump in the car and just quickly post a letter. But after I did the talk on the Gold Coast, I actually thought about it. No, you know what? That post box is only about a 7-minute walk. I'm sure I can walk it. So I started walking, thinking twice about when I get in my car. Now, if building or renovating your home, insulate and seal your home. This saves a lot of energy by keeping it cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter. Again, in Melbourne, homes are insulated with bats and in the ceiling and the walls. But here in Queensland, from what I've witnessed when we were building our home, is they just put the foil insulation on the tin roof or under the tin roof, and they put the paper on the walls, inside the walls. Now, why would you do that? We're living in a hot state here, and why wouldn't you want to save money and on your energy bills, especially with the cost of electricity? Appliances, when buying them, look at their energy rating. Buy the highest rating for that particular product. Lighting, turn lights off and replace older light bulbs with LED ones. Don't set the thermostats too high or too low on your heating and air conditioning units as well. Another one is eat locally produced and organic food. It also helps the local farmers. Reuse and recycle. Example, coffee cups and water bottles. Go and get a stainless steel water bottle or a glass water bottle. And think about what you're cleaning your home with, putting on and in your body. It is so important. Number 8, this one is a very important one. Reduce electromagnetic radiation. The truth is that the long-term effects of high-frequency signal exposure from sources such as EMP radiation, which is electromagnetic pulse radiation, are still unknown because we haven't been exposed to these types of frequencies for long periods. The question is, how can we reduce it? So let's look at your Wi-Fi. Located in a place that is some distance away from where you spend most of the time. Maybe even switch it off overnight when you're not using it. We don't need it on then. Avoid storing your mobile phone in your pocket or bra because they use radio frequency radiation to send signals which can be harmful even when you're not using them. So either turn it off or put it onto airplane mode. Now, I don't know if you've witnessed it, but I've definitely seen women going for walks and they don't have pockets. They're better now with their pockets in the exercise pants than what they used to be. But they would put them in their bra, and I can't believe that they used to do that. Do not sleep with your phone near your bed. If you need it for an alarm, put it on airplane mode and place 5 feet or more away from your bed. Or better still, do something I just recently did and go onto Amazon and just get a little normal clock that you can just push a button to turn the light on, and they don't tick, so they're very quiet. Number 9, detoxify your home. Remember, you may be using products that are causing you to be unwell, tired, and lethargic, and cause us to be unhappy. And look, let's face it, mental health is a real problem these days. Now, it's the amount of people that come into the surgery that they're addicted to painkillers. Mental health would be, and I'm seeing it a lot more. There are a lot more patients booking in for mental health appointments than ever before. So, that's something to really be aware of. The average home contains about 500 to 1,000 chemicals or toxins, which many of which are too small to see and undetectable to taste or smell. You might be using and exposing yourself to products that actually make you sick. start making some small changes at first so it's not too overwhelming and too expensive for you, just one thing at a time. You can do this by reading labels, not only on your food products, but also on your cleaning and household products. And one of those products I will mention is there's a product and it's called Organic, I think it is, and it's a cleaning product. And people think, you know, that they're doing a great job, and people are wanting to change. People are wanting to do right by the environment and by their own health. But I had a look at the ingredients on this, and for a product that is called that name, there are a lot of ingredients in there, and some of them I couldn't even pronounce. So just be aware that, you know, when a product is labeled organic or has something on it like may be bad for your health or may do this, it probably does do it. And it just means also that a product that has that organic label on it, only like a certain amount of the product has to be organic for it to be able to label organic. So just be very aware and look at the difference in the ingredients in the Nature Direct products compared to the supermarket products. It's a big, big number. Say no to synthetic fragrances. These are found in laundry detergent, dishwashing, soap, air fresheners, etc. They can make breathing harder, triggering allergies. They cause liver and kidney damage, and the list goes on. Switch to non-toxin cleaning products, as I mentioned before. Bleach alone increases the risk of COPD. If you don't know what that is, it's chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. It is a killer, and it will eventually kill you. I actually witnessed my mother die of COPD. And if you've known anyone with COPD, you'll know they probably died of heart failure. And asthma and pneumonia is another one. Improve air quality, as we talked about before, with the revitalizer, and start using the Enviromist as an air freshener. I always keep some in my bathrooms. This one's a really interesting one, actually. Thermal receipts. I don't know whether you're aware of this one. Do not store thermal receipts in your grocery bags. They actually leach BPA, which is found in some plastics. You do not want them stored with your fresh food. And you can just Google that. Make sure your water source is clean. Tap water contains over 300 chemicals and pollutants. Again, swap your personal care products. Feed your skin instead of contaminating it. Avoid paraffin candles. They are a major destroyer of air quality and your lungs. Swap your kitchen. Go back to that for a second. So if you're wanting a nice smell, even in your car, what I used to do was put essential oils on a cotton ball and put it under my seat in the car, and my car used to smell amazing. But just don't put a sleepy one in there. Swap your kitchenware, for example, storing food in glass rather than plastic. Non-stick pans are a major issue when it comes to toxins. Use cast iron, stainless steel, or 100% ceramic cookware. So you will not have to ever replace these. But the non-stick pans in the supermarket or anywhere else, it doesn't even matter if you pay $200 for one, they will eventually need to be replaced. Also, plastic utensils, swap them out for wooden, silicone, bamboo, or stainless steel. Number 10, engage in self-care practices. Remember to take time out for you. It doesn't matter who you are, where you live, or how you're feeling. Take a moment for yourself each day. Will help you be a happier and more resilient person. Be active, eat well, and get enough sleep. Keep learning, challenge your mind, and seek out new things. Show some kindness. There are so many people these days that are just too busy, and they're just not taking note about how they're speaking to other people, how they're reacting. Look, so show kindness, and we don't know what is going on with other people in their lives and why they're reacting that way. Give back, show gratitude, and bring joy into others. Connect more, develop relationships, and care for each other. Now, take notice, be mindful, stay in the moment, experience the world around you, embrace nature, step outside, connect with the grass and the sunshine and the fresh air. Go for a walk and breathe in those ions from the bush and the plants around you. And don't wait until you are forced to be in the moment. When my husband passed away, Grant, 12 years ago, this was obviously huge and one of those defining moments. But not just that. The next morning, he died late at night, and the next morning, I opened up the curtains, and I noticed that the trees outside had blossoms on them. Do you know what? I didn't see that the day before. I never saw the blossoms on the trees. And I would go for a walk, and then I would see the green leaves on the tree and the blue sky and the shapes of the clouds. And stop and smell the roses, because it's not just a saying. Stop, breathe, and take notice of what's around you and be present. And just stop. And one way you can do that is just with that breathing exercise that we did when we started the event. Do not wait until you are forced to take notice. Now we've got some recommended products from Youngevity, and one of them is the Nature Direct cleaning products. They are affordable. They're a non-toxic essential oil-based, and they are manufactured here in Brisbane. And Jeanette Anderson started this company about 14 years ago, or 15 years ago, I think. I can't remember. But I know I've been using the products for about 14 years, and I haven't looked back, and I just use these all the time, and I think they're fantastic. The Breathe Easy pack, which is the air care. I reckon every household should have one of these, at least one. I actually have 4 of them now. I'm a bit of a collector of them. And I recommend you should all have one in your home. And when you get this, get the Enviromist as well, as it's a natural disinfectant. And what that does, it attracts and traps the particles in the air, and it drops them and dumps them to the surface. So it's a good way to prepare the room in your the room in your house, and then put the Breathe Easy will maintain that. It's also gets rid of odors, so it's fantastic for that. Number 3 is mineral makeup. I personally use all the mineral makeup. Remember, feed your skin. Think about the research what is in skin products, as Tracy said before in that not so pretty TV series on Binge. I've actually written that down, so I remember to see that. So yeah, feed your skin, don't contaminate it. All the personal care, the Beyond Organics personal care, the skincare is lovely. There is also deodorants. Youngevity also has shampoos. I mean, and there is gluten in a lot of these skin products in the market. So you go look at Youngevity's products and see what they've got. Now, the other one is Aroma Share Club, the essential oils. Now, I think this is comes in with your auto ship when it's due to come. So I think it's like $101 retail and about $80 wholesale to be a member of the Aroma Share Club. And what that gives you is about 3 to 4 essential oils, depending on which ones and how much they are. It also comes with cards that tells you how to use them, how to mix them, whether they can be used with animals or children. So I always refer to those cards. They just make things so much easier to deal with. Now, low tox living empowers individuals to make informed choices, take control of their health, and contribute to a cleaner, safer, and more sustainable future for themselves and future generations. Now, before I go, I've got a little challenge for you. We all have one thing at home which is toxic that we are all very well aware of, whether it be a plastic utensil, plastic water bottle, cleaning products, aerosols, etc. So why don't we make a pact together, that we choose just one thing and swap it for something that isn't toxic. And if we all do this, we are making a big impact to the beginning of living a low tox life and reducing those toxins around you. So thank you, Tracy. Again, I hope I didn't go over time. But it's a great topic.
Well, thank you so much, Heather. You did an amazing job. And much like last time, I took steps and action to be able to, create myself to be a little bit more low tox living. And I have to say, even tonight, I even got a few more things that I got to go and make some changes. So I'm really passionate about it. But probably the big thing I want to share with everybody is there's this free app, and it's called Yuka. Yuka, and it's been life-changing to me that I can actually go and scan all my food products, all my skin cares, all my cleaning products, and it actually rates it out of 100, whether it's good or bad or excellent. And it tells you if there's nasty ingredients in it, if it's too much sugar, if there's fats. But anyway, it allows me to assess whether that product is good or not. And they are, it's a team of 12 people. They take no advertising money or anything. They do this free. They do it only by donation. And it's been an amazing app. So if you haven't done that app, I'll post it in our Facebook group, the actual app to go and download it. But it definitely makes a difference. And some products I actually have been buying thinking it was a good quality product turns out to be a baddie. So yeah, it's great. So Heather, again, thank you so much for joining us. Was there anything final you wanted to say?
Yeah, I can say I've just put those 10 best plants in the comments if anyone wants to copy them.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. And next week we are doing immune system with Cheryl Stivens. And the other great thing I want to share with everybody, I've now been able to upload these videos to our YouTube channel. So go to Youngevity Down Under. And if you just put Fighting for Better Health and the topic, so like gut health or back support, and tonight will be low tox living, you'll be able to get your videos that we've been sharing. I'm working on putting it on the YGY Go-To app, and this one will be available tomorrow. So anybody who is registered, the email will go out, but it'll also be uploaded in our YGY, on our Youngevity Down Under as well. So thank you so much. I'm going to just stop the recording and look forward to seeing everybody next week.